Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'll be taking you through another shift in the inner western suburbs of Melbourne, delivery driving across both apps of Uber Eats and DoorDash. I'll be showcasing some of the orders that I accept or decline, and hopefully we can both learn something along the way. The shift we're about to go through was a Thursday night. I just completed my full-time job and logged into both apps in the West Footscray area of Melbourne. On this given night, we had an Uber Eats quest available to us also, so we'd earn an extra bonus for completing every 3 orders between the hours of 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. So without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so begin this shift just after 3 p.m. in the afternoon. While taking a short 5-10 minute break between jobs, we get this order come through from Uber Eats. A pretty easy accept this one, so well over $1 per kilometer on the order. As we'll find later in the video, kebab shops can be quite hit and miss, but early in the day when there's not such a rush on them, you will find that the order will be ready when you arrive. And this order was no exception, so walked straight in, straight out, and delivered this one to the customer. So we weren't far off delivering that first Uber Eats order when we had this DoorDash order come through, a Coles shop and deliver, where we shop for all the items, pay using the DoorDash red card, which is digitally uploaded onto the app, bag up all the items, and then deliver them to the customer. So as you might have seen in previous videos of mine, these orders are much higher paying per kilometer. Obviously, you're doing a lot more labor once you arrive to the vendor, in this case, Coles. So yeah, you're really relying on how quickly you can get the groceries processed. Sometimes that can be impacted by the business of the store, how long it takes to check out. But first and foremost, if there's any items you can't find, even though the app is pretty helpful with aisle numbers and positions where you might find particular items. But as a general rule, I'm going to accept a Coles shop and deliver order, especially if it's in a quieter period of the day like we find here. I'll show you just a couple of add-ons we had offered to us, which we declined throughout the process of driving to and collecting the groceries. The first one, the Liquorland order, while it was a good dollar to kilometer ratio, I know that that spot on the map, the house on the top left, is an apartment complex, which we'll encounter later in the video, much to my disdain. And secondly, this Coles Express order that we received, so just over $1 per kilometer, you again do the shop and deliver, except the Coles Express is more like a service or petrol station where you collect the items and pay for them there as well. So factoring in the labor it would take to complete this order, a ratio of just over $1 per kilometer in this case wasn't enough for me to accept this order. Luckily for us, an order that we did want to accept did come through shortly after. So $14.55 for just 4 kilometers driving. A medium order, so I'd class anything between sort of 8 to 16 items as a medium order. So in this case, it wasn't so much the shopping that was an issue. As you'll see in some clips here, it was more the large apartment complex that I had to enter into to deliver this order direct to the door of the customer, 13 stories high. Although we did face that obstacle, we did complete that in just over 30 minutes for the $14 earned, so not too far off the $30 per hour goal that I usually set myself when accepting any order. As I'm walking back to the car after delivering that order there, we have another Coles shop and deliver order come through for us as well. So this time just under $20, so quite a large offer in terms of pay. 7.5 kilometers to get to the High Point Coles, if you're familiar with the area, for another medium order as well. So this one was pretty straightforward. It took us just over 30 minutes again, so well on that hourly rate that we want to keep up. Hey guys, future me here. Well, past me, but future me to the Travis that you just saw and that you're about to see. I just wanted to talk to you about a little deal going with DoorDash at the moment. So if you sign up in the next 7 days, I believe you have to live in Melbourne to earn this deal. If you sign up within the next 7 days using the referral code down below, you'll earn $400 as long as you complete 150 deliveries in the first 60 days of being a DoorDasher. Just to give you an idea, so for me, I roughly complete about 17 to 20 deliveries on a full night. So you'd technically only have to, work 7 or so days within the first 60 days if you were to do it that way. Obviously, I'm not expecting anyone to take up this offer. I just figured I'd throw it out there if you were thinking about becoming a dasher yourself. And without further ado, let's get back into the video. Next order that comes through, keep in mind that it's past 5 o'clock now, so our Uber Eats Quest is now active. Any DoorDash offers that do come through basically either have to be a cold shop and deliver, which I'll accept generally, or something that's an outstanding food collection order as well. This one you see on the screen here, not outstanding at all. We'll look at the house icon. I just really want you guys as the audience for my videos to understand exactly where that is. So in this case, that was enough to decline that offer there. Another 5 or so minutes go past and we have the first of our Uber Eats Quest offers come through. Obviously pretty much an instant accept. Look, this one's almost $2 per kilometer on its own. And we factor in, a $3 per offer bonus that we're gonna get for this one as well. On the way to the collection point at High Point Shopping Centre, we have an add-on come through. So 2 orders for the price of 1 here to go towards our Uber Quest and minimal additional mileage to complete to get this one done as well. So one of the offers was basically ready when I got there. The other one, they just had to wrap the burrito up to get our Mexican food on the way to the customer. All right, next order in, another pretty good $1 per kilometer order on its own for Uber Eats. I find that it seems to be that DoorDash has a pretty stock standard formula as to how many dollars to kilometers they're going to offer you for a food order as a general rule. Whereas for Uber Eats, you might have one order that's $1 per kilometer. The next, you're getting sort of 130%, 140%. Of the $1 to kilometer ratio. And factoring in our Uber Eats Quest bonus for this particular order, which would be about $3, we're looking at $13.50 for only 7.1 kilometers. So this one was an easy one to accept as well. So after that order, we did a bit of milling in an area that's quite popular for orders. And we had this order come through. So only just over $1 per kilometer, but I thought it was a great way to keep the quest going. We're now up to the 4th order that goes towards that quest. So yeah, just a great way to keep things moving along here. All right, so the next order you see on our screen here, a double pickup from Chingu Korean Barbecue. We did encounter quite a wait previous to this. The time's about 6:30 to 6:35 in the evening, so you'd think that would start to be a bit more of a popular time of the night, but I just had no luck getting orders for about 20 minutes there before we had this one come through. So yeah, just under $13.50 for just under 9 kilometers. There was a bit of a wait on the second order being ready, but once we got on the road, we got this one completed in pretty good time. So before we get into our next order, I just want to talk about something I like to call the never again list. I feel like something like this is really valid for all delivery drivers, especially if you're working in the same area day after day, week after week. I like to give places 2 chances before they get on my never again list. So sometimes you'll come to a vendor, they're having an off night, so the order might take 10, 15, 20 minutes to be ready, but you can sort of forgive that. The next store that I attempt to go to, I had 2 orders within the same week of each other where I got to the store and there was just an infinite wait essentially. You couldn't see the order coming through the oven, no service from the staff at the shop either. So this store is definitely going on the never again list. Compounded by that long wait, so I ended up actually unassigning myself from that order previous. We did have a bit of a lengthy wait before we received this next order here. Low pay but low kilometers also. Food was already also ready when I arrived to the store as well. And just as a bonus to top things off, I received a tip from the customer. So $4.50 on top of the amount you see on the screen, which was very handy, and thanks to that customer again. Next offer you see here is where I start to wind down the night. So I started to head back west towards where I live, and the order we have come on the screen here from an Indian restaurant is for $9.16 for 6.9 kilometers. Small wait for the food on this one, but it was a great way to get me to where I was going anyway. The next order here, another which I thought was going to be a great way to keep myself heading in the direction of travel, was this order from a kebab store as well. So just over $1 per kilometer, but to add to my Uber request again, as I mentioned previously, we're factoring $3 to $4 on top of that $11 here to get the order done. Now we did complete the order, however there was a significant wait at the store. We're talking up to 20 minutes without any real acknowledgement of staff that there is a long wait. The wait was pretty significant and it left us wondering, could we complete the next block of our Uber Eats quest? The next order we see on the screen here was our way to completing the 9th delivery of our quest. So right around $1 per kilometer, 2 pickups for 2 different drop-off locations, which quite often for me is a no-no. But on this occasion, they're both going in my direction of travel. Not only that, as I said, we're looking at sort of $3 to $4 extra per delivery on top of the $18.15 there. So up towards the $26, $27 mark to complete these 2 orders, which will give us about just under an hour to try and complete them. And well under an hour it took us there. So it was about 35 minutes to complete both of those orders, which was really good time. And just as we were about to sneak out onto the freeway to really start to head home, we had this delivery come through. So $1 per kilometer Uber Eats order just to keep the night going. A little bonus offer here. So just under $1 per kilometer, but I needed to head into the Melbourne town centre to get some groceries for myself. So yeah, this was just a little bonus one to keep the tally ticking for the night. All right, guys, so let's get into the numbers for that run there. So we earned a total of $214.16 on the night over just over 7 hours there. So it gave us an hourly rate of $30.38 earned. The big positive from the night was the distance covered. So we actually only did 130 kilometers, which gave us a dollar to kilometer earn of $1.65, which is well above an acceptable rate for me. So yeah, this shift represented a real uptick in earnings over the course of the shift. So hopefully we see that continue in future videos. Again, if you did like the video, please drop a like on the video down below. Leave a comment if you had any questions or anything you wanted to discuss as well. And of course, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps it grow just in the early stages of it here as we make more and more videos. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.